Hey, welcome to my channel. Today we are doing a hooded eye do's and don'ts. So can you guys tell what side is my good side and what's my bad side? So this obviously is the good side. This is the bad side. None of this is set in stone. Really, makeup is, you can do whatever you want with your own makeup. It's your face. These are just some tips and tricks, what worked for me and what really helped me. This side was what I used to do, and then this side is what I do now. Yeah, so with hooded eyes, usually what happens is that you don't have a lot of mobile lid, and your outer, mostly in the outer, your outer part of your eye tends to fold over, and you could either have puffy hooded eyes or you could have droopy hooded eyes. And what happens is when you put your eyeshadow on, you open your eyes and you don't really see it. So it can be tricky having hooded eyes. You definitely need to learn how to do your makeup. I didn't even know I had hooded eyes for the longest time, and I couldn't understand why my makeup wasn't looking like everybody else's until I found out I had hooded eyes, and it changed. It was a game changer. So I think it's really important to figure out your eye shape and figure out what makeup works good for you. So don't forget to smash that like button, give it a big thumbs up, and without further ado, let's get on to the video. I'm going to try to keep it pretty realistic. So we're going to just start with the brows. So this is going to be the do's, and this side's going to be the don'ts. This isn't really too much about the products, but I'm just using this Espresso 04 by NYX with my ABH brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm gonna kind of flick it out more straight as opposed to bring it down. So see how it kind of goes down there? I want it to kind of just flick it out a bit more. So that's gonna elongate my eyes and kind of just open them up. And I'm just gonna take right here and just clean them up. And what this does, it just pretty much cleans them up, makes them look more put together, especially if you need to get your brows done. You got like all these little hairs. I'm just gonna set that with a clear brow gel. Okay, so for this eye, what I'm gonna do is bring it down. See how I kind of brought it down like that? Like this one's still kind of down, but it goes more out as opposed to this one, because my eyebrows just have a natural arch to them. I hope you guys can see how this eye kind of makes this eye look more hooded. Kind of makes this eye look a little more hooded, and this one looks more opened up. Okay, so the next tip I can give you guys is to always wear an eyeshadow base. So an eyeshadow base is really important for anybody, but especially girls for hooded eyes, because it's just going to make all your colors look more vibrant. It's just, especially if you have oily lids, it's just going to keep your eyeshadow lasting all day long and just keep it in the same spot so it doesn't transfer. So I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula, and you want an eyeshadow, you don't want to use too much of it, but just, that's one tip I can give you is, especially if you have hooded eyes, always start with an eyeshadow base. And if you don't have like an eyeshadow primer, you can use like a concealer, you know what I mean? And then I'm just going to set that with a translucent powder. It can be translucent or like a skin tone powder. It could be an eyeshadow too. I'm just going to be going in using the Morphe palette. This is the M350M palette. So, and I'm not just gonna go in and like do like a shimmery color in my crease, because that's not realistic. I'm gonna use matte colors in my crease, and I'm gonna do the mistakes that I did before I found out that I had hooded eyes, and it just made my life a lot easier, because I want this to be realistic for you guys, right? I'm just gonna be using the M330 blending brush. It's a tapered blending brush. And I'm gonna go in with a transition. So I'm gonna be using a transition color for both of them, but I'm going to be using this one right here. It's just a little bit darker than my skin tone. So what I'm gonna do here is, see where my crease is? I'm gonna move you guys in a bit. See where my crease is on my eye? I don't have a lot of mobile lid, and my crease is right here. If I applied product eyeshadow right here, when I look at you, you won't be able to see it. It'll be hidden. So I need to go feel where my orbital bone is. So where your eye socket is, my eye socket is right here. So I want to apply my transition color right here. I want to go up. So I wouldn't apply it right where my crease is, because then you wouldn't see it. So I'm going to apply it above, right where in the eye socket, right here is where I'm going to apply my transition. So I start right here. And get it right in that eye socket. I'm going to take this one right here, same brush, same spot, just trying to darken it up a bit. Now for this eye, we're going to use the same colors. Sorry, I just found out that I wasn't recording, so what I did was took the same colors and I just applied these right in my crease, like right in my crease, and kind of like look like that. And see, hey, it looks not bad, but when I look at you, you can't even see it. So I'm just applying this like right in my crease. Okay, so now when I look at you, like when I'm looking down, you can kind of see it, but then when I look at you, it disappears. This is like a MAC 217 brush. I'm going to take that with this dark brown, and I'm going to focus that on my outer V of my eye, to try and open up my eyes and make them look more awake and kind of give them a lifted look on the outer V of my eye. So I kind of want to make like a V shape right here and kind of bring it out a little bit more, make my eyes look elongated and make them look, it's going to bring them up as opposed to making them look tired. So I'm going to take it right here and I'm just going to create like a little V, exactly like a V, and just bring it out a bit. I'm going to go in with a darker brown, like a darker brown color, and I'm just going to and then I'm going to go back in with that 217 and just kind of going to take that little small blending brush with that dark color that I used on the other side, and I'm just gonna keep applying to my crease. And then what you're going to want to do is take for this eye, I'm going to take a white eyeshadow and just kind of put it on the inner. Kind of like that. And then for this one, I'm going to take a white eyeshadow and I'm just going to pop it all like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to take a small black brush like this. And I'm going to take that same brown and just put it, not all the way, but just about halfway. Like that. One I'm going to okay, so that's that. So now we're gonna do eyeliner. So I hope you guys can see how, like, you can barely see this, even though, like, when I close my eyes, like, I put a lot of shadow on there, but you can't see it because when I open up, it disappears. This one just opens my eye, it elongates my eye, and it opens it up more. Move on to liner. Now, eyeliner is the most difficult in your makeup, is eyeliner for hooded eyes, because I don't have a big amount of a mobile lid, and the mobile lid's right here. So if I put a thick wing on, it's going to take up my whole lid. And if you have really hooded eyes, you could put do a big wing, and then the hood could go over it and it could look all bent and deformed and stuff. So it is tricky. I'm going to show you a way to wear, if you want to wear winged eyeliner. If you don't, you can just tightline with a black kohl eyeliner, which is really flattering too. But so let's start. I'm gonna be using just any black eyeliner. This is a brown eyeliner by Marcel, and it looks like this. It's just got like a really defined point. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start on the outer edge, and I'm gonna start by just going out like that, and then so when I open my eyes, you can still see that wing. It's not hidden. Okay, so the trick is when you get to here, I'm gonna make it as thin as the line as possible. It is not gonna be thick because that'll take up my whole lid. So I'm as possible, kind of like that. It's not the best look, but when I open my eye, and that's almost too thick, like. But we're gonna just keep that how it is. So, and for this eye, I'm just gonna do a big fat wing. It almost takes up my whole entire lid. And this eye, you can tell, just looks a lot more bigger and open as opposed to this eye. So the trick is for liner is to make it really thin along this line, and then you can make it thicker as it goes out. So you can make the wing, like the wing thick, but keep it really thin in here. Wow, look at the difference. Look at how like down this eye looks, and look at how much lifted this eye looks. This one looks way more lifted. But I wanted to go over what type of lashes you should be, like what are good for hooded eyes and what aren't. So because I'm elongating my eyes, I want to go for a more cat eye look, like these. These are really good for hooded eyes because they're shorter, they taper, they're shorter in the front, and then they go longer as they go out. So that's gonna That's gonna really go good with my eye makeup because see how it's kind of going out, so it's going to elongate my eyes and lift them up, as opposed to these. See these lashes? These ones are not really very good for hooded eyes because they're short on each side and then they're longer in the middle. So that's gonna really round off your eye and it's not gonna lift it. So these aren't very flattering at all, I find, for hooded eyes. So I tend to go for lashes like this one here. These are the 202 by Ardell, and these ones are number 20 by NYX. So I'm just gonna do my mascara quickly, and then I'm gonna apply the lashes, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I forgot to say, when you do your mascara, you want to make sure to put quite a bit of mascara on. Lashes to be really thick, so it kind of takes attention away from the hooded area. And hooded eyes, usually they tend to, the outer end is the worst part because the outer end folds over. So yeah, so you always want to put a lot of mascara on. So I put a ton of mascara on, and I didn't put very much on this eye. And so this is what it looks like so far. Wow. Can you see? This is the good side, this is the bad side. Shadow like this. So it's more lifted up as opposed to this eye. For eyeliner, look at the difference the lashes make too, hey? Like, wow. So I'm gonna tightline up here. But I'm not gonna put, I don't want to put that eyeliner on my bottom. And then for this eye, I'm going to kind of put it lower. Kind of like that. I forgot to mention I did the rest of my makeup just so I looked more, you know, beautiful. Can really see it, it's crazy. So well, with hooded eyes, you wanting to lift your eyes, and remember, like anything dark, it recedes it, and anything bright pops it out. So it's okay. You don't ever want to really go over your lid, like do your whole lid with a whole shimmery color, because that's just going to accentuate your hooded eye more. You could put a little bit in right here, and then you want to go in with a shade what's like a transition color, what's like 2 shades darker than your skin tone. And yeah, and you want the focus to be on the outside of the eye, on the outer edge of the eye, elongating your eye, bringing it up. You don't really want to round it off like this one. This side tends to be rounded off. My eyebrow points down, so it kind of droops my eye down more. And yeah, so that's the end of this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys like videos like this, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!